Welcome to PVTV International. I'm going to present this week's editions of our news roundup. Cabinet news: Acting President tells leaders to be careful not to harm the public. Leaders must be extra cautious not to make mistakes that could harm members of the public, warned Acting President Walashila at the Cabinet meeting on September 12. The actions of leaders have greater impact on the country and communities than those of others. Therefore, the President reminds Cabinet members to be mindful of their responsibilities on all issues, no matter how small. National Unity Government: Prevention of drug trafficking is a revolutionary obligation. On September 14, the National Unity Government stated that prevention of narcotic trafficking is as a revolutionary obligation. Since the coup of February 2021, trafficking in drugs from Myanmar to neighboring countries and transnational crime have increased significantly. Prevention of narcotic trafficking is a revolutionary obligation. NUG said it will uphold the principle outlined in the United Nations Conventions on combating illegal trafficking in drugs, to which Myanmar is a signatory. Statement from President Office: No agreement was made between NUG Acting President, the Ministry of Defense and Bo Nagar. The President Office spokesperson Ujozo released a statement on September 12 about a meeting held between Acting President Walashila, Ministry of Defense Yinmarbin, and Bo Nagar, leader of the Myanmar Riot Dragon Army (MRDA). According to the statement, the three met over Zoom to discuss MRDA participations in the chain of command established by the Ministry of Defense and its ally, on-ground administrations and defense mechanism, and participation in security sector reform after the revolutionary period. According to the statement, the meeting did not result in any agreement on points discussed. NUG designates Myanmar Central Bank employee as terrorists. On September 14, the National Unity Government issued a notification against employee of the Central Bank of Myanmar. The notification was issued under Section 72, subsection 6E and 6B of Anti-Terrorism Law, which designated the military council a terrorist group due to its arbitrary arrest, killing, torture and violence of civilians since the coup of February 2021. The notifications of September 14 stated that employees of the Central Bank, from the President to lower-level staff, had committed ethical breaches, were accomplices of the military council, and had caused severe adverse impact on the public. Ministry of Defense: Over 2,500 soldiers killed in clashes between Myanmar military and People Defense Forces in Bago. The Ministry of Defense stated that the People Defense Forces have killed more than 25 soldiers from the Myanmar military in clashes in Yidashi Township, Bago. Fatalities included 2 artillery soldiers killed in a sniper from Naypyidaw PDF Yoma column. The military council losses occur despite attacks by 2 Myanmar Air Force jets. The attacks were a joint operations among the Naypyidaw PDF Yoma column, Battalion 3501 and 3502 of the People Defense Forces of Bago District, Pawani column, and Tandang People Defense Forces. Ministry of Defense pays tribute to generations of young people who have struggled to liberate Myanmar from military oppressions. In his remark on the 2nd anniversary of the People Defensive War, Ministry of Defense Yinmarbin said that a life under military oppression is one of the greatest losses and lack of human dignity. It is essential, he said, to choose whether to live on your knees or fight to regain lost dignity. Tens of thousands of Burmese young people have chosen to fight. The National Unity Government was able to establish the People Defense Force because of leadership and commitment of young people who choose to engage in armed struggle to liberate the people from those who exploit weapons to enslave them. People's Defense Force provide healthcare service to revolutionary soldiers and residents. The medical unit of the People's Defense Forces, donor column, is providing healthcare and humanitarian assistance to civilians in Yi Township, Moon State, announced the Ministry of Defense on September 13. A total of 122 civilians, including 67 men, 51 women and 5 children under the age of 5, from 6 villages received healthcare and treatment in July and August 2023. The column also gave medical training. Karenni State has inflicted many defeats on the Myanmar military. In commemorations of the 75th Karenni National Martyrs Day, NUG paid tribute to the Karenni martyrs of the Spring Revolution who made the ultimate sacrifice for federal democracy. Across the country, the Myanmar military has suffered significant political, military and moral defeats. Since the coup of February 2021, they have been unable to impose their rule across Myanmar's territory. Karenni State has been unwavering in its resistance despite extreme brutality and sustained offensive by the Myanmar military. Yinmarbin District Defense Forces stably recognize themselves as PDF in order to maintain the path of resistant war strongly and firmly. For the Allied People Defense Forces, Yinmarbin District Battalions 3, 4, 5 and 6 will still be recognized themselves as PDF battalions so as to be parts of precise supervisions during the revolution by duly abiding chain of command and code of conduct COC. Also, they will reportedly be receiving the support and supervisions from Ministry of Defense, MOD, and respective military regions, according to the statement of National Unity Government, Ministry of Defense. Since their formation in May 2022, this battalion have received a total of 31,800,000 Myanmar kyats, equivalent to 120,876.48 USD in support. Even before being officially recognized as People Defense Forces, they received a total of 24,166.67 USD to aid in the production processes of MRDA. Other than that, 28,070 USD in total has been received from both local and global donors, including contributions from PRF processes, facilitated through the Ministry of Defense procedures. In March 2022, Ministry of Defense provided assistance to MRDA, enabling them to purchase necessary weapons with the collected funds and to collaborate with allies. This assistance included 90,000 USD in monetary support as well as an initial provisions of 5 automatic rifles with related ammunition, 15 grenade launchers with related ammunition facilitated through No. 1 Military Region to MRDA. Furthermore, among 4 battalions already under COC, the Battalion 6 received 93 automatic rifles and 7 grenade launchers reportedly. Ministry of Foreign Affairs, NUG urged ASEAN to implement timely reforms. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs to the Government of National Unity announced on September 7 requesting ASEAN to review the ASEAN 5-point consensus and the timely implementations of reform that aligns with the current situation. The current situation significantly differs from the time when the ASEAN 5-point consensus was established and strongly urge ASEAN to take prompt action since it is necessary to carry out the reviews of this ASEAN 5-point consensus. It revised and the terms to align with the current situations and commencing the implementation activities. Ministry of Home Affairs and Immigration. Nearly 30 terrorist military council members killed in one day. Ministry of Home Affairs and Immigration to the National Unity Government announced on September 9 that nearly 30 members of terrorist military council were killed and 13 others were injured within a single day. Ministry of Natural Resources and Environmental Conservation. Tax fine probably used for revolution. Union Prime Minister Mawin Kaidan said at the Union Level Resource Management Committee meeting on September 13 to balance in the distributions of resource management responsibility between the grassroots level and the federal level. Resource management has generated a large amount of tax fine from full-scale operations within territorial jurisdiction, and the positive progress in resource management, as well as managing the environmental damage resulting from resource activities. Ministry of Education encouraged continuous support and education opportunities for students. The Ministry of Education to the National Unity Government announced a statement on September 15 that children and students are suffering physically, mentally and sexual violence in the wake of the terrorist military council, illegal coup and brutality in the interim period. Learners to have equal access to education and equal opportunities to complete their educations, and the Ministry of Education suggests considering and providing support for activities that enable children and learners to have access to continuous learning and to be able to return school to continue learning. Ministry of Labour warns against forcing workers to comply and making deductions from wages. Ministry of Labour to the National Unity Government issued a warning on September 8 that the terrorist military council and its Ministry of Labour that urgently need foreign currency to support oppressive activity, instructed Foreign Employment Agency to remit at least 25% of the basic salary of the migrant workers as family remittance, and either even month or once every 3 months, using their designated remittance services in order to exploit migrant workers through forced measures. And the NUG Ministry of Labour emphasized that Foreign Employment Agency should not heed the instructions of the terrorist military council, and it strongly warns against causing workers to employ and prohibit any wage deductions. Summary of AAPP statement on the 15th September 2023 regarding the post-coup situation. From the outset of the terrorist military coup on 1st February 2021 to September 15, 2023, a staggering 4,078 individuals, including democracy activists, have tragically lost their life as victims of unlawful violence during the Spring Revolution by the terrorist military. AAPP has also documented an additional list of approximately 400 unidentified victims, the subjects of ongoing investigation, awaiting confirmation. Furthermore, 24,777 people have been adopted in connection with the coup, with 19,465 remaining in detention and 7,323 already sentenced to imprisonment. As of September 15, 2023, a distressing total of 107 activists associated with the Spring Revolution have been sentenced to death and currently detained. A total of 119 have been sentenced to punishment in blind judgment, including 43 who were handed death sentences. This brings the overall number of death penalties to 150. The number of people who were released after adoption is 5,321. The stated figures represent the information collected by AAPP to the best of our ability. However, it is important to note that the actual numbers on the ground may be much higher. Let's see what do we have for our weekly roundup news in coming weeks. Thanks for watching PVTV International.